Stowe! We're going to Stowe! Miles! Are we going somewhere? Are we going somewhere? Come on, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to Stowe. We're going to Vermont. Having the best day ever.
So before we head to Vermont, we've got to turn the inside of this truck from this hard platform, or the short-term dog hauling platform, into the long-term version. Got to add a little cushion to it. We've got this old school mattress topper and a sheet we're gonna put in here. We built this platform a while ago and it works really well for the dogs. It's got a little storage underneath. Nice flat platform for the dogs to lay and lounge while we drive. It doesn't interfere with our part at all. First part, getting this thing in here, putting the seats up a little bit. Then we just kind of flatten this thing down, kind of wedge it under everything, wedge it under where the seats are gonna back up, and then you just gotta give it a fold. It's just a little too big, so that makes a dog pillow for one of the dogs. To finish it off, just get the other side done, down under the plywood, stretch it, down under that plywood. There you go. So this is our little makeshift dog platform, all complete with cushion, ready to go for the long haul. Perfect for one dog, multiple dogs, all the dogs. Bring them everywhere.
This is going to be Stowe's second trip with us. The first trip we took was to North Carolina, 5 days after we got her as a puppy. We named her Stowe because Stowe, Vermont is our absolute favorite place in the world that we've ever been to, and we're so excited to show her the magic of Vermont. Since it's summertime, we didn't really plan on what we were bringing, just threw a couple pairs of shorts, t-shirts, and sweatshirts into a bag, along with some hiking boots, and we were ready to go. Okay, before we go, we have to set up all the cameras in the house so that we can watch the cat and make sure that she's okay. Oh, hi! So, I'm going to take you around and show you where I put them and how I set up everything for the kitty so that she is fully taken care of while we are out of town. I always put one here so that it gives a good survey of the first floor. The dogs are going nuts because they know that we're going somewhere. As soon as they see the suitcase and Marley sees her bed, they start to go bananas. They both love adventure. Look at her waiting by the door. You ready? You ready to go to Vermont? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so the second place I put a camera is in the bathroom, which is still under construction. If you saw our last video. So I always put a camera right here. Oops. And it's aimed at her food. Okay, there you go. That should last her 2 days. And before we go, I always like to make sure I have eyes on the cat so I know where she is, and I think I know she's in that closet. There she is. There she is. You be a good kitty, okay? You be a good kitty. You'll be back in a few days. If anyone thinks it's easy traveling with 2 dogs, it is not. You need so much stuff Like everything that you use at home, you have to bring with you. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to Stowe. Okay, sweetheart. Good girl. Do final tinkle time before we go. Are we going somewhere? We're in the truck. John's getting the puppy to pee, and then we're hitting the road to Vermont.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind.
We are about an hour away from our house. We just went through Hartford and Springfield. We still have probably a 3-hour drive ahead of us, but we're getting to the nice part of the drive where people become fewer and fewer and the mountains become taller and taller. So this is the part we like, when we get away from civilization and into the wild. We just stopped at the Vermont Welcome Center so that the pups could pee, even though this one refuses to go to the bathroom. And it is quite possibly the quaintest welcome center ever. I could get out and show you, but maybe this gives you incentive to just come check it out one day yourself, because I can't really leave the dogs and there's a lot of people here, but it is so cute. It has a garden. It is just quintessential Vermont. And do I feel weird wearing a Vermont sweatshirt at the Vermont Welcome Center? No, I do not, because I'm a Vermont stan. I love this state. I aspire to have a green license plate one day. That's how much I love it. I want to live here. I love everything about Vermont. You're a good girl. You want bodies? You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Good girl.
Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen, the other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen.
So we're here. We're here. Aren't you excited? Are you excited? Yeah. We're here. We made it to what we named you after. Are you excited? Yeah. Okay, so John's going to check us into the hotel, and I am very nervous because it said on Expedia that it was pet friendly, but then when we looked on their website, they said they're one pet only friendly, and clearly we have 2 dogs. So we might be sneaking 2 pets into this hotel against the rules. And while I don't think it would be a problem because like Marley really barely moves, I don't like breaking the rules. And I get really nervous that we're gonna get in trouble, but I think it's gonna be fine. John has a nice way of schmoozing people, so that's why he's going to check in, because they would be able to read my face in 2 seconds. They'd be like, how many dogs do you have? Just 1, right? And I'd be like, no, I have 2, but please just let my other dog stay. She really doesn't do anything. She's so old and she's so cute. Please, please, please. And they'd be like, you should have just said 1 dog. But I'm not a good liar. Not that John's a liar, but he's good at evading conversations that don't need to be had. Anyways, let's see what happens when he comes back. Okay, it's been a few minutes now. John still hasn't come back from trying to check into the hotel. I don't know if there's any problems. We're gonna hope there isn't, huh? Otherwise, we has nowhere to stay in Stowe. I don't know where we will go. What'd they say? Did we get in?
They say
Did we get in?
Here's your key.
We got it! No, we just have to hide the dog. Our room is nowhere near the office. We should be okay. We got this room for a really good deal considering it's the middle of summer. So once we got the truck unpacked, it was time to head outside and hit the walking trails. If you've been following our channel, you know our senior dog Marley has a hard time walking. We bought her this mega cart and she absolutely loves it. Good thing this isn't motorized, huh? Stowe, Vermont is famous for its bike and walking paths, and since our old girl can't do the big hikes up the mountain, we figure this is the perfect way to get her out to smell all the smells and see all the sights. And even just being in the cart tired this old girl out. I think someone's tired. I think he's tired. We had ended up losing track of time and distance. In total, we walked 4 miles. It was so nice to be present and in the moment. And then once we got back to the hotel, the girls ate their dinner and then settled in while we sat down to eat ours. There's a lot more to come on this trip to Vermont, but way too much to put in one video. So like and subscribe, and we'll be releasing a part 2 later this week. At the end of day 1, we settled in, turned on the office, and went to bed early. I'll share all the adventures to come in our next video. Talk to you soon.